Another year, another wipe. It's that time once again. We are weeks away from Tarkov resetting once more, and everyone's starting over with a brand new patch with brand new additions, changes, and the like. This wipe has felt like it's gone on forever, because it kind of has. 8 months is one of the longest wipes we've had. And also because with the addition of the PvE mode, anyone who tried that out had to basically start over mid-wipe. So technically, if you played PvE at all, you're going to be starting from level 1 for the third time in a single year. Pretty crazy when you think about it. But with any incoming wipe, it's important to go over some mentality components when it comes to a new Tarkov wipe. There is a ton of excitement and hype surrounding whenever the game resets. People love the thrill of the early game, and it's one of the best times to engage with the game. But at the same time, you can easily get swelled up in that hype and become overwhelmed with what's going on. So when you do start your next Tarkov journey, keep these mindsets in mind so that you can get the most out of your wipe day experience. We all start back at zero. All the guns, the gear, the money, reputation, quests, all that goes away. And we all have to begin the chain of events from the start. For some of us, we've done these quests probably hundreds of times at this point. But for some, this may be their second or even their first time playing the game and seeing what Tarkov has to offer. So, whatever your experience level is with the game, just know that we're all in this together. There are going to be some roadblocks that prevent you from progressing, whether it's the Selwas, flash drives, or some other obscure item that needs to be found in Raid. Tarkov is more so about the journey, not so much the destination. There is no reason to rush through a Tarkov wipe. You're gonna see people online and maybe even some of your friends who play try to barrel through the game as quickly as possible. But my question to that has always been, we just got out of late Tarkov, so why are you rushing to get back there so quickly? I've never really understood the mentality to be level 40 plus, reset, and then be there again within a week of a wipe. To each their own, I won't knock how someone plays, but it's always been a little strange to me. Point is, Tarkov wipes are not a race. Don't treat it like one. Take your time, enjoy what the game offers at the start. The fights are scrappy, survival actually feels important, getting out with any amount of loot feels like a huge win. It's just a great time overall to play Tarkov. People are willing to work together to accomplish whatever task they need to get done, so keep an open mind, especially working with your fellow scavs. Most people agree that early game Tarkov is actually peak Tarkov, and while using the powerful weapons and attachments on offer is always a blast, something about fighting for every morsel has always made the game feel so much more compelling. After a certain point, gear, dying, it literally doesn't matter, but in the early game, every death is a huge setback, an entire kit lost, potential money left on the table, and quest items not being turned in. But don't let those deaths stop you. We all die in Tarkov, it's just a matter of when and not if. With the new addition of PvE this year, if you are a new player and have access to it, or don't have confidence in yourself to be taking a wipe head on, use the PvE mode. It's an invaluable learning resource where you can experiment and try new things safely without feeling the real ramifications of losing things to other players. Nervous about a quest you haven't completed yet? Try it on PvE. Learn the maps, learn the extractions, test your weapons and kits. I cannot say it enough. Use the mode. That's what it's there for. Not saying you need to main it, but this is something a large chunk of the community has been waiting literal years for. And now that it's finally in the game and also purchasable on the official Tarkov website, it's something you should seriously consider if you are worried at all about having to play a new wipe. It can help build the foundation for what will eventually turn into a knowledgeable and confident Tarkov player. I wish I had this when I started, and it's also a fantastic springboard for those who are brand new and maybe being taught by a friend who has experience in the game. You play PvE, and if you're enjoying yourself, you can take it against other players, and if not, well, you can always enjoy fighting the AI and wiping your character if you get bored. It's literally a win-win scenario. Please use the mode if you have it. Tarkov is as much of a mental struggle as the in-game struggle can be sometimes. We have our days where we're hitting our shots, making all right decisions, and we make strides in our character's progression. And sometimes, the opposite is true. We have days where all we do is make the wrong plays and die because of it. And when those kinds of moments happen, like anything in life you aren't performing in, it might be time to take a break and do something else or play something else. It gives you time to cool off, reevaluate how you're approaching whatever it is you're doing, and will help you get better. Everyone gets frustrated and upset with Tarkov now and again. It's in the nature of the game we play. Whether it's the game not going your way, or Tarkov doing everything in its power so you don't extract from your raids, like bugs, glitches, crashes, and stuff like that, nothing can take the wind out of your sails like when you die to things that are outside of your control. Those hit me the hardest and will quickly get me to turn off the game, at least until it figures itself out. So do yourself a favor if you are upset, and just take a break and walk away for a while. Until the game actually does wipe, BSG usually ramps up the events going on in-game until we get to the inevitable everything is unlocked in only 1 ruble event. So if you haven't had the chance to experiment with funky guns and armor, that's the best time to do so. But after that, we hit the reset button. The early game is some of the most enjoyable times in Tarkov, so do your best to enjoy it, knowing that everyone is on an even playing field in regards to gear, ammo, and weapons. Some of the joy that comes from the early game is finding better gear in raid that you know you'll use. Better optics, suppressors, better ammo, all these items that we take for granted after only a short time playing a new wipe. It's always interesting to see what kind of scrounged up weapon builds you can come up with, and we only get those moments in the early game. So again, please do your best to enjoy those moments because they're genuinely awesome. And that's pretty much it. The wipe is coming. We should start seeing events roll into the game pretty soon now, signifying that BSG are finalizing the patch and getting it ready. We don't have a confirmed date, and we won't. All we know is hopefully early August we will see the patch. But if you take into consideration everything we've talked about, you should have a solid and most importantly fun romp through Tarkov and its newest patch and newest wipe. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited for the wipe, if this will be your first or second one, and be sure to subscribe for more videos going over all the new goodness that is coming with the new patch. Hope to see you in future ones.